Good night. Good night. We are 2 days away from the World Cup final. And if you're like me, you have a bit of mixed feeling. Because on one hand, of course, I think majority, well, unless you're a Ronaldo supporter, you want to see Messi win. But on the other hand, you know of the prowess of Mbappe. So you're like, what's going to happen in this final on Sunday? And then you're thinking, oh, this is some good month or so of football. But then you're excited because Premier League football is back. Regular football is back. So, guys, good night. I have with me Moy and Cello tonight join us. The Stukwa already in the comments. Big up yourself, Stukwa. We gonna start at no, we don't know. Let's just get through some of the easier topics, because just based on your opinion, then we're gonna get into the what you call it, the analysis of what we think will happen on Sunday. The Luda in the comments too. Big up yourself, Luda. So let's start here. What has been your highlight so far? If you're talking about this World Cup 10 years down the line, to your children, your grandchildren, and also the sports fanatic, what's the first thing you think will pop in your mind? That's not okay because it could be Messi winning, could be Mbappe winning the second one, but we're not there yet. What's your highlight so far for the tournament?
The African giants. I'm gonna go with Morocco. The run that they had for this World Cup.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Morocco, I think they're the first African team to reach the semi-final. I think that's what it is.
Yep.
And yeah. What about you, Cello?
For me, probably 20 years from now, God spare life.
Ah,
I can tell my grandson and my granddaughter, my witness Messi lose the first game of the World Cup tournament and
ah.
come back and win the World Cup. And
When
Morocco
we,
made a great run. Almost
you,
get there, but they drop
you
shot at the final
okay?
moment.
All right. I mean, what's his name? Luda is agreeing that Morocco is. Let's just pause because it's a beautiful story. Yes, they got knocked out, and I would think on Wednesday that they made France work. We didn't get a chance to talk after the game, but they made France work, and maybe just but for a finisher, France
Yeah,
would have
that's
been
true.
losing that game.
That's true. And the next
Yep.
thing, the shot, they're playing against Croatia for third place, you understand?
Right.
Morocco finishing third, that's a great achievement, a
Oh
very
yeah, that's
great
facts. Yeah,
achievement.
yeah,
You understand?
yeah.
Because
You're spot
nobody
on.
expect that.
Mm-hmm. Suko is
So they're
saying,
finishing third.
go
Yeah,
ahead,
that's a
sir.
great
Finish your point.
achievement.
Yeah, okay. Suko is saying the competitive nature has changed drastically over many World Cups compared to now, as opposed to back then when favorites dominated. And that's
That's
another
true.
excellent point. We didn't even some of the games because maybe we were saying, and we were rightfully so on here saying, oh, this gonna be the score, that gonna be that score line. But then most of the games that we say we're not watching, when we check the highlights or when we check the scores, we got alerts that Japan was the down 1-0, but then in the leading 2-1 early up. You can talk about, remember Saudi Arabia had that shot before. And then the
Yep.
other day you said a 7-0 from Spain was Costa Rica. But then Costa Rica ended up beating is Japan every day. Every day was something. It was something for you to look for. You couldn't count out any team at any point in time, no matter what point it was in the game. Go ahead, Moy.
Yeah, even self to just add, I mean, Cello kind of touched it a little, but we have to expound on that even more. For the whole world, waking up early,
Mm.
probably not getting any sleep, staying up just to watch Argentina versus Saudi Arabia, Messi's first game, to see that shock result of the group stage. That has to be something else too.
Yep, yep. And that was like day two. That was the second day or the third day. That probably no, the third day. because
Yeah.
England was the second day. The third day, like, okay, 6 o'clock a.m. kickoff.
Yep.
6 o'clock a.m. kickoff. You want to, okay, well, this is Antigua time. It will be like 10 o'clock to settle. And we watching these games and we're like, yo, okay, Argentina score. I'm breathing through. Then next thing you realize, Saudi Arabia just upset everything. Just upset everything. I remember in the group chat, we were going crazy because like, yo, could this happen for real? Could this happen for real? Suka saying one highlight could also be Mbappe being the youngest to equal Pele in winning 2 World Cups by the age of 23. And
That's
this
true.
is how you're on that point. I was going to touch on that later. But just imagine, guys, for a second. A 23-year-old Mbappe having won 2 World Cups, already running PSG. What's going to be next? What else is there for Mbappe if he does this? Like seriously, who can talk to Mbappe?
You know the funny thing about this situation. Yes, it's a big achievement, right? But I don't think it probably be talked about enough because of the impact that we know he already has, and we expect this and that from him. So that it might be talked down a little, but we know what he's capable of and the achievements he's already made. Not to take anything away from it, though.
I hear you more, and Suko makes a good point there, and it's back to back. And
Yeah,
the thing about Mbappe on Sunday is going to be a showdown for the Golden Boot because I think Alvarez and Giroud on four,
yeah,
and Mbappe and Messi on five. So it's not like if this young little boy, because 4 years ago he was what 19. This young little boy, he's contributing. The team is not pulling him along. He is making stride. Look at the goal the other day. And we can dissect that a little bit. I think this is the difference when we mentioned about a finisher from Morocco. But I don't know if you remember, I remember like maybe like midway through the second half when a Morocco player was going through the French defense. All he had to do was take a shot and he tried to dribble again. You
yeah,
contrast that to Mbappe and France's second goal. Mbappe got to two or three Moroccan defenders, and then he took the shot. The ball he didn't score, but then the ball ricocheted to somebody and that killed the game. I
yeah.
think in those moments, that's what Morocco lacked. In those moments, that's what Morocco lacked, and and here, that's what France in the
Tell
final.
about that just now, boy.
Not, all right, no
Yeah,
problem, man.
because I've here. There's a point that being made that if you look on the England and France game and the France versus Morocco game, France weren't this top side that we expected them to go to and dominate. Even so, if we're looking at Mbappe, Giroud, but it's football. You have to be the one to take your chances, and that's what they did. And
But
they're at the finals for this game.
one more, there was a point in that Morocco game that fans were just sitting back and absorbing pressure. It looked like when Fulham is up and playing against City, and they're just sitting back like, yo, all hands on deck. That's how it looked with France. Mbappe had to be back playing left back and stuff like that, just to absorb the pressure because Morocco was so good. I feel like they were unlucky, but props to them. I think rightfully so. They might very well be the biggest story of this world.
Before we move on from we're dealing with France now. Before we move on from France, let's touch on Didier Deschamps. Is he one of the best coaches in the world to be up there with the likes of Pep, Klopp, Wenger, Ferguson?
No, 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 no. I think when you just coach internationally, I don't give you that. I don't give you that praise as those other clubs, man. Because in
But
this
two
tournament,
levels.
you have to be good. Okay, that's true. That's true, more. So he will. I'm saying he would have to win. He would have to. I don't know. He still have to do more for me because you can be good with that French team. You can be good for 7 games. And let's face it, that's what the World Cup is. You play 3 games in the group stages and round the 16 quarterfinals, semifinals, and then the finals. That's 7 games. You can be good for 7 games with
I,
quality players. So yes, he did make some adjustments, and of course, France has had to overcome some illnesses and some injuries and so. I'm not taking any credit away from him, But when you look at Pep and what Pep has done, Wenger has done, Ferguson has done, Klopp has done. They play a 38 game season, and in some of those seasons they're winning doubles. So they're not only dominating the league, they're also dominating a knockout competition. That's why I wouldn't put him there yet. With those are the upper echelons of managers for me. Maybe he can start the next set of great managers, in my opinion. That's just
Fair. So
Super
who's
is
with?
saying,
Oh, okay, go ahead.
okay, I'll bring you in after. He is very underrated, rightfully so, but you have to make the distinction between club and international. With mad respect, yeah, I think Tuchel just
Yeah, Soko
did it
right. Yeah,
I would say
I agree with Soko.
in a nutshell. There. Go ahead, more.
Yeah, I get what y'all saying, but okay. Yeah, we have to, there's always will be a differential. But then, as you said, who are the other managers that we would probably put with him in that class?
I think that's a good question. I
Is it
think
still just based on international performances, or you can bring in the club performances that don't really haven't won those great achievements back to
right.
back?
I would look. I would put Zidane and Deschamps in the same bracket
Okay, that's
because
right.
I don't think Zidane has done it enough to be with the likes of Klopps and the Wengers and the Peps and stuff like that. He hasn't done it enough to do that, but he is a good mind because of what he has won. I would even put Ancelotti. I'm sorry, my respect to Ancelotti. He's with the upper echelons as well. But I'll put maybe Zidane with him. Super is saying, but Deschamps will go down uniquely to win the World Cup as a player in '98 and then as a coach and possibly back to back. That's good. I'm just saying good night. I mean, the long time we hear from you, man, bro. What's up? Moy is very tough to compare him to another international coach. That's a good point. Can we
Yeah.
think of another person who's done it on the international stage as well, even if he doesn't win this final, as well as this time. Because I think when Portugal won the Euros in that 2016 Euros, it was France in the final. So
Yep.
he's been doing bits. He's been doing bits. I can't think of another international manager with Super. I really can't.
Well,
Yeah, I can't. But some of these managers too, they don't last that long as well. But let's move on. Cello, I'm coming to you. What has been your best goal? Oh, Super saying he won the Nations League. That's true. Remember that? And they beat Spain, innit? Yeah. What would be your highlight goal? What's the goal that you remember most?
The best goal for me for this World Cup is that Cameroon striker, the one when he sit the player down and just lift it over the goalkeeper.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
That was
What
that
game
was
was
my
that? The
the
3-3
competition
versus
for
Switzerland.
Cameroon.
It was against Switzerland
I, I don't remember
or
which team.
Serbia. He
I
may
don't
be a
remember
Serbia,
which team
you know.
exactly, but that was
Yeah,
my
when it
goal.
lifted it over the goalkeeper, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, when they thought he was offside.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. But I don't. I think it's Serbia because it was in the group stage. In the group stage, they didn't make it out. So yeah, I think it's Serbia. That's a good goal too. More. What about you?
I have to go with.
Please don't say it. Please don't say it. Please, I'm hoping nobody say it.
What am I going to say? Let me see if you know.
Please don't say Richarlison.
Oh, no, 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 no. I mean, that was a good goal, but I have to go with the free kick. I have to go with the free kick from Mexico. It's Chavez.
Ooh, yes. I didn't even remember that.
That
I didn't even remember that.
when we get to the other topics and all, I have especially to discuss about Mexico. So I just leave it there for now.
Okay,
But
all
yeah,
right.
that's where we
Okay,
stop here.
okay. So that
The reason why
for
me choose that goal ever before my goal, like ask the free kick and all and some the score time after times. But the way how the man scored the goal, that was just so nice and calm. You
How
understand?
the,
So that's
how the
why,
goal went?
so I'm just saying we see free kicks
No, no.
time
How
and
the,
time.
how you said the goal scored? The one you
When
talking about?
the
he
one the
chipped
man
it.
just Just
He
hook the
is
man,
like,
high
he's
slide,
like a
and then the
regular
man just
chipmunk.
stand up and just lift
He
him over the
scoop
keeper.
it. He scoop it over
Yeah.
the goalkeeper.
Ah,
Interesting.
something like what Messi do to Almunia.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that.
Okay, bro.
But
Okay, I see.
what make
That's what you're about.
what make the
That's what
man
you're
look so
about.
good like that? The man had a defender slide from the bottom and pass it, and the keeper come and the
Yeah.
man even chip on the man just use him and just lift him over the
That's
keeper.
what you're about. Okay, boy. Just do a seller, just say that. You do that. You don't do a seller, tell after this. I'm something. Okay, I have two really. Kind of breaking the rules. But okay, if I should pick one, it would be the Neymar versus Croatia.
Say you
I
too.
love that. Wait a minute.
I say go with you too. They
Yeah,
always
I
most
love
times they do more than one.
I love the Enzo Fernandez second goal versus Mexico. I think it's versus Mexico. Yeah, Enzo Fernandez second goal versus Mexico.
So
That was it.
what about
But the Neymar one I really
my
like.
boy
The
goal
build
for
up, the intricacy.
what about my boy goal for Spain? Javi goal for Spain, the outside of the valley.
Gavi.
Gavi, yeah, against Costa
I
Rica.
don't remember it. I don't remember it.
That's a good finish.
Okay, but you know what's a good finish? And I know if Memphis was here, he'd be like, oh boy. But the Saka's first goal, I think the ball's coming out, ball's looping out, and he hit that one
One
time
time, yeah. That
and
was a
get it
very good
over. That
move.
was a really good goal. I think it's
Yeah.
a hard goal to replicate. I don't think Saka could score. I don't think anybody could score that kind of goal if they got five more chances to do it the same time. Because I think it's such a unique strike. And me just saying, Tusha, many. Yeah, the one goal versus England. That was a good goal. I'd be proud to score a goal like that.
I remember that. Me and say he was talking about that earlier.
You
He
keep it
mentioned he
low,
mentioned
shallow. Not everything have to be top corner, but you keep it low. You get it away from the goalkeeper. I know you were
That's
saying
what I
loud
tell you.
too that you
The
think that
goal that my
it could
boy
have been
scored
a
against
bit lazy.
Costa Rica, that was a very nice. It was come class and the man just run up on it and outside of the
Uh-huh.
foot valley. Right
Okay,
down
yeah,
in the
I
post
don't
the
remember.
keeper.
I gotta check back on it. I gotta check back on that one. I don't remember that. But Super, I see you in the comments. What goal stand out for you, man? I mean, you just say Tushimeni. I like that. I like that shout. I like that shout. If I can, if I'm being like that
that
shout.
goal, Mbappe goal, where
Oh
he
yes.
like cut
Which one
inside
though?
the one that he cut inside in the box and bent
Yes,
it far post.
yes.
That was
I
a
think it's
very
the
good one
second
too.
one versus
I don't remember who it was. I think
oh
this
man,
he scored 2 goals that game.
yes.
If I
It was on a Sunday afternoon. It was on a Sunday afternoon.
let me get us.
Um, it was it. Oh, who did they have in the? Who did they have? It was for Denmark. Was it Denmark? No, it was against Poland. It was against Poland. It was Poland. It was against Poland. So yes, I did. Super saying he liked you, Charles, but Super better never say that. I like it. You know, I like it. But guys, let's move on. Let's move on because that was a good. That was we had some good goals. I feel like we didn't have like a ton of like. You remember that the World Cup year with the Jabulani ball when Diego fall and we just this is take shot from all over. Y'all remember that? Yeah, I feel
Yep.
like
Yeah,
we
man.
didn't have all that madness, but still very good World
Just
Cup.
that James goal, you don't have a
Yeah,
outright. You just when
yes,
you think of the World Cup, you think about James volley. With this one, you just have a few, but not an outstanding one.
yeah, because the man they play for Tottenham, super. I mean, the man, if he can't throw the ball, probably never need to do that. It's still go just alright. Gabriel Jesus would have just take that and sweep it and bang that the top in. I bang him
He
blue in
did
the corner.
he
I
was
was
active
watching
up his
I was
knees.
watching the city documentary kind of docu series. And I saw when Gabriel Jesus scored something similar like that against Chelsea. I don't know if y'all remember that.
Yeah, that 1-0.
Super to take the club back out of it. Super, I'm actually getting back into it. Football is usually what, no week or so? What today was? What today be? Today the 16th? Say
Yeah.
what? In 10 days. In 10 days, football is back, Super. So I'm
Yes,
getting myself ready again. Super. All right, fellas, let's move on quickly to the. What did we do? We've done moments of the tournament already. We've done
We did.
golden tournament. What huh?
We did moment. I don't think so.
Yeah, that's the
Wasn't
first time we
Yeah, it
started,
was the
isn't it?
first thing we did.
Oh, for real? Oh,
Yeah, when you said Morocco.
oh. No, because I was supposed to say about the Mexico stuff too.
Well, let's
Oh,
go ahead, bring it up before we
no.
move on.
I was saying that I would have given Mexico a moment too for that for their last game, but just not going through kind of mess it up because if you just look at the intensity of how they played and everybody was up for it, and the intensity about how all the last day, but just not going to kind of just mess that up for them.
Probably that's true more because then I remember we were watching that game and it was just end to end and they were creating so many chances. Yeah, I mean, do we have an FPL league? I don't remember the code. Um,
Yes.
we'll come back. There's a show before the league kicks off to preview them games. Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. I don't remember the code. I think I'm doing very well in that league, by the way. Ask Super Bowl. Just ask. I think I'm doing.
Good,
Guys,
good.
let's go on to now. What else is there? Your breakout player of the tournament. I'll start. I can't pronounce his name very well, but it's the Moroccan midfielder Unai. I think he plays for Auxerre in France.
He
If
played
I'm
for French in
pronouncing
the French league. Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah.
French league, playing the French league. I don't know his first name, but Unan. He was number 8 for Morocco. That man, I would like, yo, he could come at Arsenal. I like his poise on the ball. He was never rushed, even when he was playing in that big moment, that big game versus France. He was just bossing it.
And just
That's,
today,
that's my breakout player.
they read an article and one farm Arsenal player say, boy, Arsenal should go get that man. Just today, me read about that.
I saw when somebody in talks with too, they were saying that Arsenal should get that Amrabat guy as well.
No, I'm
Uh,
about no. He can't. No, I don't want them. He can tap with
but
you.
you
You
see,
not do
they're
that.
two different Amrabats, you know. They're
I
two
know. I
different.
know.
So then I think this one plays for Fiorentina. We're saying Alvarez as the breakout for me. Picked up big time. Picked up big time. After Latu benching. Yes, I agree. I remember Latu just wasn't cutting it. The man like he live offside. I know. So
Good.
yeah, that's a good show.
But
Alvarez.
me go with Alvarez too.
Hmm,
The reason why me go with Alvarez here, Alvarez step up when in the big time.
big time.
He scored some vital goal too. He put in some big performance. Like, okay, he's in the team for a long, long time. You understand? So I will go with Alvarez too. And you know what, my June Bellingham, I know, and in your mention plenty,
Yeah.
but he had a very good World Cup. I didn't make it
Yeah,
far.
man.
He had a very, very good World Cup. You
That's a good
understand?
show, Stella.
So that would be my two breakout player.
Mm. If I should choose another one too, it would be probably Enzo Fernandez. That dude from, who I like, maybe not breakout star because his team didn't really go far. But I was looking at that USA midfielder Musa, who was in our academy there. Yeah, he was. I remember him. I remember him. Some of his performances. Yeah. Okay. Super is saying he will score as well in the final. Remember that one. His link up with Messi is top notch. All right, guys, you heard it here first. You heard it here first. At least we know Argentina is going to be on the scoreboard and Alvarez is going to score one, which will then level him with Messi, Mbappe. Yeah, we'll level him with Messi and Mbappe. At least if the man has scored before. So, all right, that's a three-way golden boot race if Suko is right. Guys, before we go
Obviously.
on in depth to this France versus Argentina game, what are we saying for your player of the tournament? I think you really only well, I'm gonna preempt y'all because like you just said breakout with Alvarez. But I think Alvarez could be, if not for some brilliance of Messi, I think nobody really gonna give him the recognition. But I think he could be a player of the tournament too. I think he's been that good.
Remember,
That
remember on the
reliable.
last show, I mentioned that. I mentioned that now. Alvarez
Mm-hmm.
no get much mention because a Messi, Messi name bigger than
Right.
free. You understand? He no get the praise that he's supposed to get. You understand? And he has been tremendous. You understand? His performance
Right.
has been big performance. He scored
His
some
big
very
performance
vital
has
goals.
been so reliable,
You
Cello.
understand?
Yeah,
And I did say that on the last show. You understand? You never get the hype that Messi will get. But I believe he deserves some praise.
of course. I remember that. I believe so too. I believe so too. Moy, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Mbappe,
Uh,
Messi,
okay, this is how I
Griezmann.
have it.
A lot of people talking about
Mbappe,
Griezmann.
Mbappe and Messi is the outright favorites at the moment, depending on which team win. And then you have the category with Alvarez and Giroud, depending on how, if
Cool, yeah.
Alvarez or Giroud, depends on how they perform in the finals. They would need to have big performances to get the player of the tournament. But if it's just you're going to need Messi and Mbappe to
Okay,
not really do
okay,
much.
Moy. Okay, Moy, watch this. So we're gonna look at Alvarez and Jude as outsiders because we don't know it's probably gonna be let's say none of those four names Mbappe, Messi, Jude, and Alvarez. Let's say no, but none of them scored. Let's say it's a 1-0 from McAllister.
Well,
It'll
if I
probably
don't
go
know
to
them man
Messi,
they, if I don't
right?
know
Yeah,
them
but
man
then
they, yeah,
listen, hold on this
I know
cello.
them man they shot. Me the give him
Let's
to
just say, hold on this cello, hold on there. Let's just say Alvarez scores two. Let's say Alvarez scores two. Do you think that he gets it? Or you think that because maybe Messi would maybe get an assist or maybe steal from man, do you think Alvarez winning the golden boot, Alvarez or Jude? Do you think that Alvarez or Jude scoring two and winning the golden boot? Do you think that they would be the outright winner of it? And do you think they would get it?
Um, France wins, Jude win the Golden Boot, Jude gets it. But I can't say the same for Argentina and Alves winning the Golden Boot. Because I think Argentina goals requires Messi to be in that play somehow. Rather than,
that's true.
you're looking at France. Even so if we're not looking at Mbappe and Giroud, Griezmann can win that. I think Griezmann is a good shout, even outside
I
shout
think
for France.
Griezmann's been steady, but I think Monty's making a good point. Some good points in the comments here. Of course, you have to comment and throw shade because he won't be Monty if he doesn't. Remember, I said that the young player of the tournament was going to be Alvarez, and some of you laughed, guys, and some of you guys laughed. I think you don't really know now what you think.
The thing is,
Hold on
yeah,
there, I have another one. Messi gonna win because not only goals, but he's the leading assister. That's a
yeah,
good point.
he have eight.
That's a good point.
How much assist here?
I think he's leading the assist shot, and he's level on
No,
with the
he
most
and Griezmann has 3 assists.
three. Only
And
three
Bruno
Messi.
Fernandez, yeah, 3 assists. 3 assists, 5 goals.
Okay.
So I was going to say now, if it's not none of these other guys winning it, right, I would give Bruno Fernandez because he had a very good World Cup. Although he don't make it that far, he was actually has the best average in
He
the World
started.
Cup,
Okay.
the
hmm
rating, the best ratings in the World Cup. So he's a good shout out for that player of the tournament, although he didn't make it to the final.
Yeah, I remember through the group stages, people were singing. I think Jones came on here singing his praises. There are some people in the comments that were singing his praises too. So yeah, that you may not be off with that, but I think that covers it. I don't know if anybody have anything else to point out just on the World Cup so far, just as a whole. Like
And the
what would
World
you
Cup
do
so
as a
far,
whole? Because before we go into the talking about the game on Sunday, who we gonna pick and stuff like that, and why we're gonna pick that.
I
Anything else?
saw, I saw an interesting stuff with PSG and the World Cup. They said when Ronaldinho joined PSG, he won the World Cup the following year. The same thing with Messi. The same thing with Mbappe. So they're saying it should be the same thing with Messi too. So you have to watch and wait to see how that goes, if that falls
Okay,
through.
and coming from that question there, Moy, what do you guys think? I mean, other than just okay, undisputable goal, what do you think you do for Messi or do for our generation to see Messi win the World Cup? Do you think it'd be like, we just, okay, we move on quickly, or you think that he will be, of course, he's already up there, but do you think that we would just, everybody universally would say Messi is the greatest player to ever play football?
80%.
80%. 80%. You
Me
think,
agree with
Cello?
more too. Me agree
think,
with more too.
I think,
Me agree.
is-
Me agree
I
with more
remember
too.
when I remember when Wenger retired from Arsenal. I remember watching the ceremony, and I felt like a part of me was going to be, a part of me was gone too. Because as a Wenger, you grew up supporting Arsenal. I used, I, I used to think that that Arsenal came from the name Arsene Wenger, because they had the names were so close. I used to think that they just went hand in hand. So when he left now, I thought, okay, boy, this is a big part of the missing. For Messi now, that we because we none of us has seen Maradona live. We haven't seen Pele live either. To watch Messi grow up, you watch him when he was a little boy with Ali with a full head of hair, to when he started putting on tattoos, to when he scored. How much goal he scored in one season? 80 something or 70 something. You watch all of that, and then now to see it culminate him winning the World Cup, because that's been the big thing. Oh, you never win a World Cup, which is unfair. But just to see him win the World Cup, I think would make me as a football fan just feel like, okay, I can relax now. It's feel like it's what's supposed to happen. I don't know.
Well,
That is
in the football world, like Shaq, them say if you don't win a World Cup, you can't be the greatest player in the world. And me,
something.
me find that's cap.
Yeah.
Me find
As I
that's cap.
always say, yeah, as I always say, it's not tennis you play.
I said it exactly how Sunday will go for everyone in the world.
Shaq your earpiece. Check your earpiece, Shaq.
You're
You
not
hum.
hearing me?
Me hear you, but you hum. The earpiece hum.
Something was not.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seem good now.
You hear me clear now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, took it.
Yeah, so as I was saying, this is how the exact replication of how Sunday would go for the football world. Um Depends. Messi wins, everybody will be happy, Messi. All these Messi fans who not Messi is the goal, Ronaldo would never, this and that. And I think Sunday, our mood for Sunday depends on how Argentina gets, win or lose. Because if Argentina manages to lose, I think everyone would be down. But at the same time, you just want a good game. But because Messi doesn't win, if you're not a France supporter or you really hate Messi, then you're happy.
Yeah,
If you
you'll be
understand
happy.
we are a football neutral, then it's a very sad day for you.
Yeah. Um, Monchi saying Messi just needs a goal or an assist to be the player with the most goal and assist combination in World Cup history. The lengthy added time in this World Cup was bittersweet. Okay, I I agree. No, I don't. I agree, because there's sometimes like the game is running on, but you want to see
Okay.
football. I think the time wasting. They really did cut down on the time wasting too. Okay, Suka's trying to correct us. But Suka, I wish you were on here. And I think we can just leave this for the next show, because Suka, you're saying greatest of his era. I think he can be the greatest of all time. I don't think what Pele and Maradona did is greater than what Messi would have accomplished, because I think football now is more global than when he did it, when they were playing all those years ago. So I think the competition now is greater. But I want you to be on here to defend your point. So I'm not gonna go too much in that. Let's move on. Messi wins the World Cup. No Ronaldo fan can talk to me. Solidify the Ram gold status. Perfect segue, guys. Let's talk now. How can Argentina win this World Cup? Tactically now, what are we looking at? What do we think that how can they exploit France? Because yes, we know what France is going to bring, but how can Argentina used that to their advantage. And credit to Argentina's coach too, because he's had to make some adjustments. In one game um he played 4-3-3, I think against Australia. And then I think when he matched up against Netherlands, he was at 5-3-2 or
Yep.
3-5-2, however you want to put it. In the game versus Croatia now, he then went to a 4-4-2. So he's been making subtle adjustments every game to dictate what his team
Yeah.
does. So what do we expect from him this Sunday?
Well, for me, right, Shaq, you see the manager, see every team that he play against, he know the weakness of the team. And against certain teams, he know where the strong point is. So he adjusts the team to play a style to fit their style. So they can't run over his team. You get me? And the
Right.
thing is now, the adjustment that he make, they're good adjustments. But you see this game against France, we all know the manager, right? He have in his head, okay, I have something to work against France. France have a lot of weakness. You understand? You see, France defender, when you start running at them constantly, they start tremble because we see it in the past
Again, this
the
is what
last three
Munchie is
games.
saying here.
You see, Munchie doesn't pull out one of the points on them. You just run from free
Okay.
side, can heal up, back up plenty. Anytime you see a start pressure constantly, that get the open over it. You understand? And with Messi and Alvarez and so on to them, it can be problem. Not me not count out France. France is a good team, yes. You understand? But if they go come with the mindset, here, I'll have a Messi, then get a problem.
I think that Celo, I think England's mistake was giving Griezmann too much time on the ball,
Time
too
on the
much
ball,
space
yeah.
to operate. How can then now Argentina slow down Griezmann? Yes, you can say, oh, put a man, do you want put a man to man mark him, or you're gonna play three across the middle or four across the middle? What do you think would be the approach? Because everybody don't know Mbappe is brilliant. We don't know that. So the right back have to win his matchup. But I think what we've omitted, and England did it to their peril, is Griezmann. How we gonna slow down Griezmann, keeping the ball ticking?
All Argentina have to do, right, just come and play their game. Don't worry about here. Try close this man down, that man down. Just come and play your game. Every man play the game. You play man to man. When you play man to man, the game become much easier. Sure. Just come and play your game. You play man to man. You understand? You
Okay.
just do your job.
So you think the approach will be them, Cello? I think y'all saw me laughing there just now, myself and Moy. I'm rooting for Road in our local Premier League because I really like watching the Turville, and they just conceded a goal, so they 1-0 about maybe like the 60 something minutes. So don't worry, I trust the Turville. The Turville gonna pull back that game.
I
But
probably believe the manager might go with a 4-4-2 against France.
I think he got this.
I probably will go with a 4-4-2 against France.
interesting, because then that leaves. Okay, you match the back four. I just think that that leaves them a bit
The
light.
reason right now, the reason why I said the 4-4-2, and I see Messi, remember Messi could be the Roma. Messi could go everywhere.
Right.
You
So you
understand?
basically like a 4-4-1-1.
France midfield and them, he got always I watch Messi and
Right.
follow Messi. So that he can leave midfield open now.
I'm fully
You
out.
understand? So
Yeah.
that could be the problem. The 4-4-2 against France, then getting a problem.
Okay. The game versus Morocco, this Munchie saying versus Morocco, all of Morocco's attack, which almost led to goals, came from Koundé's side.
Yeah.
He's ball watching a lot. So Alvarez running behind is really going to be critical for Argentina.
Yeah, that's true.
And
That's
we
true.
know that
That's
he
true.
can complete that pass. Let me leave that question. Okay, let me leave that question for after. DePaul and McAllister are really combative in that midfield. So Griezmann isn't gonna have that much of time on the ball. I think that's what he wants to say. But do you so you keep the Argentina attack, you keep it as it is. Well, let me say the attack. the personnel. You keep the
Yeah.
personnel the same. You don't bring in a Di Maria.
No, look,
You leave
the
it the
reason
way
why I
the
won't
way
bring in
it
the
is.
Di Maria, right? The reason why I won't bring in the Di Maria. Di Maria could be a weapon coming off the bench in the later stage of the game. With his experience
Right.
and his skill, that could be a weapon. Because if you watch it now, France bench, if you take Mbappe off, you understand? The only good backup that they have coming off the bench is Coleman. You understand? So they don't have much
And,
firepower
and,
coming.
and just a pause right there, settle. And we don't know what because Coleman's sick, innit? Coleman's
Yeah.
one and have the bug. So there are a lot of French.
Well,
Just before we move on to the French team, a lot of bugs. And there's an illness running through the French camp right now.
so that's
So,
what I tell you. So fans don't really have much coming off the
oh,
bench.
like,
You understand? And
they like they,
Argentina has a lot of option coming off the bench in the likes of
because
Di
just
Maria,
imagine
Martinez.
Dybala just got minutes in the first versus what they played Croatia the other day. Those are his
That's what I
first
tell
minutes in
you.
the world.
So the thing is now, Argentina has a lot of weapons to hurt them coming off the bench in the later stage of the game.
What Monchi is saying here is what I agree with. The 3-5-2 versus France will do the job. Force Mbappe to do defensive work, especially when Messi plays on the right. And so this can work too because what? You're gonna put Messi up there with Alvarez in that too. So he can still operate in that roaming role. But then now with this, you have three midfielders playing centrally to deal
I
with that
understand.
Griezmann factor. So
I
I
understand.
like this. I like this. I think this approach could work. But then sometimes when you play the three at the back, sometimes your wing backs are not. You say force him to defend. Yes, that's one side of the ball.
Yeah.
But on the other side of the ball, what if he's not switched on? You're gonna leave maybe who it is, probably Romero playing on that right side. You're gonna leave him exposed. You're
That's
gonna
what
leave
I'm
him
saying.
exposed to the
That's
wrong
why I
thing.
said the 4-4-2. That's why I
Yeah.
said the 4-4-2. Because now in that you see in that three back formation, that three back and people believe that three back formation is just because yeah a lot of my bodies in the midfield. The thing is now, if you wing back on them, now stay focused now. You understand? One
Yeah.
simple little mistake, you center
Mm.
back on them in a problem behind them.
Yeah.
You understand? So the 4-4-2 now
And
give you more coverage.
give him more cover. Okay, fair enough. I understand that. Is it confirmed that Benzema will play on Sunday? I don't know. I haven't heard
Didn't
it.
see no confirmation, but there was rumors that he's fit and ready to play. But I didn't see no confirmation.
What a thing that would be, though. Wow. And
Benzema coming back and score the
Mbappe,
winner.
Benzema comes back.
And score the
Benzema
winner.
comes back and scores two. Or scores a hat trick.
Me tell you, boy, that would have been so
That would
that would
be
have been
that would
so
be like
heartbreaking.
that would be in keeper with this World Cup. It's just a bunch of things that we didn't expect. Unexpected events. Acuna is the boss. He is playing well. Moy, I'm coming to you because I want you to break down how can France. Then no, we just went through how Argentina could attack France, but how can France break down Argentina? Because as one thing I think that maybe France is worried about now is what's because the coach makes so much changes, personnel changes. They can't really say, okay, Montiel going to play right back because he could be the other guy. What? How can they then just? What do you think the best game plan would be for what you call it for France?
I was
Just
thinking
give them
about
back
it, and
and
this
just
could
run.
no, 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 no. I think this could probably be like a Giroud type game, but then at the same time, I'm looking at the centre backs that they have. Even so, well, it most likely will be Romero and Otamendi. So then, I mean, Otamendi is not that tall of a centre back to compare to Giroud, but
Oh,
just the physicality that Otamendi is willing to play for, he will
and
give Giroud some trouble trying to get to it. And Romero is not that bad. He's a good
I thought the
defender.
man is familiar with Giroud too. Remember in their
Yeah,
time in the Premier League together.
Premier
Yeah.
League, yeah.
yeah. So I think that should be a very good matchup. But I don't even know. Could
I
also
mean, look,
it's tough.
we know what France can do with Tuchel. I don't know. I don't know if Rabiot will play.
because if he plays, that gives him an extra bit of dynamism in the midfield.
I think
And
he's out now. I think
he's
Rabiot is
always
out.
confirmed. But we have to wait to see. But I think you see, he's another one.
Oh, you know what? I was talking about France. Oh, but anyway, yeah. Um, France' greater chance is to continue to try if they could continue to get a doubling up with Hernandez and
And,
Mbappe going
on that left
forward.
side.
Yeah, it could constantly cause troubles a lot for teams that we've seen before.
But you see,
So
and this is what maybe if you work the three back, then that could nullify the overlapping of Hernandez.
Let me
because
say so. But listen, Shaq, I
yeah,
don't want to cut you, but
Go ahead,
um,
bro.
Hernandez, doubtful, knee injury.
Mm,
Two men, doubtful, hip injury.
yeah.
Raviol, doubtful, illness. Coleman, doubtful, illness. Veron, doubtful, illness. And the next centre back, Coyote, I will say his name.
But nothing.
Doubtful, illness. Illness.
Yikes.
I think they play no matter what. I think they go
I
all
think
out.
yeah. I like those are battling illnesses. I think they get over them.
But the
It's
thing
been
is
it's been
now,
a
you
couple
say
days.
right, the three back will deal with Hernandez overlapping. In this game, Hernandez now think about overlap this game. Because he know
But
this
that's his
listen, the thing is, they know any team playing with Messi is a different opponent. So they're gonna be very careful because they know one simple mistake can hurt them. So they're gonna be careful in this match.
but I think
You
that's his
understand?
strong point though. If you take his overlapping away, then you basically just it's best you just play maybe just play Pavard on that side. Francis' only hope, Munchie's saying, is to get on the counter, especially with Hernandez and Mbappe. France's right side is weak, both offensively and defensively. It's fair to say Dembele hasn't been the Dembele that we thought he would have been. And of course, yeah, we mentioned before, Kunde has been exposed defensively throughout the tournament. So we don't know. We have Joe with us.
And the thing is, you see Kunde, because Kunde is not a natural right back.
Right.
He's not gonna overlap. That's the thing with it. He's gonna always in defensive mode.
Or being probably work as inverted. I
Yeah.
hear you. And you know what? And that you see, all this is that we're talking about is what's going to make the game on Sunday intriguing. Because there are different variations. And I think the braver coach may win the game. Who's ready to say, okay, I see this weakness here, and we're gonna attack it early and maybe get a goal and then just hold it up. Joe, good night. How do you see the game unfolding on Sunday? Because it's a big matchup. It's a big matchup with It's a lot at stake. A lot at stake is the World Cup final, of course. But how do you see things going, just from a tactical perspective?
Bro, hear my thing, right? If we going it's tuning in from work, still on still on the hustle. If we going anything off put it this way. The performance against England and the performance against Morocco for France was not convincing at all. And if I'm going off of those performances, I expect Argentina to win because they France seems to struggle when you it's like a Man City. They seem to struggle when you attack them, as opposed to just giving them the respect and having them control possession and control the ball. Sorry, Moy, having them control possession and just control the game. They seem to struggle the minute you take away that element of as we refer to it as respect and run at them as if them are not nobody. Like for example, Morocco did a good job at attacking them. They just didn't have the end product. And almost every when Morocco after France got that got the goal, when Morocco went into this attacking mode, bearing in mind this is a Morocco that we've seen play defensive and just hit on the counter attack, right? But against France, their man went into this ultra attacking mode And I was like, wow, I didn't even know they had that extra gear. And every time they went forward, France looks vulnerable every single time, right?
Yeah.
Every single time. And personally, one of the things they cried down Argentina was why a lot of persons were saying Argentina wouldn't get to the finals was their defense. But France's defense has not been much more convincing than Argentina, to be honest. Honest, and so for me, I expect Argentina to win. I expect the Ram goat discussion to be over once and for all. You know, Lionel the Great, the one and only. And
I
then with
have
all these things, with all these flu-like symptoms and these men missing games, that's something to watch out for because remember there is some new sub-variant of COVID going around. So
Yeah, I heard that.
imagine if it turns out to be more than just flu-like symptoms and them man test positive.
game
Yeah,
exactly
check.
right. I have
The
two
only
things
thing
to
I worry
address
about
from the
the boss
comments.
if them man put Saliba for play. Me just know I'm gonna really want Saliba play,
No,
you know.
no, no, no,
I don't want
nah,
put
stick
Messi
up
through.
the man.
I don't
To
want put
stick up the
Messi.
man now last game now.
No, but I don't want put Messi through that. Yeah, check. I don't want put Messi through that.
Two things we need to address from the comments there, Joe. Suko is asking you, so what happens when you attack Argentina? And Munchie is saying France's chances can increase if they can just continue to whip the ball in the box. They can't go possessive trying to break down Argentina. They will lose by that route. Another point, Alvarez doesn't really stay up there. He literally runs back in the midfield and pressures the CDM. So I can't
Mm-hmm.
see they winning any
Any
midfield battle.
midfield battle.
Just bring
Yeah.
all those things and answer Suko's question. Yeah, Joe.
No, the thing is, no, when they attack Argentina, here's the difference between France and Argentina. Argentina, yes, their defense might not be greatest. I mean, anything that Otamendi, can be the greatest defense, personally, in my opinion.
I
But what
mean,
I'm saying is,
well,
Argentina, the thing that Argentina has over them, man, is Argentina defends as a unit, the entire team. Them man defend as a unit. Understand? France most times, even the game against Morocco, apart from Griezmann, who turned primary, apart from Griezmann,
as well.
almost every other defensive stop was a last ditch defensive stop from a Varane or Konate.
Yeah,
So
that's
so
Yeah.
they
true.
were they were
I remember
so they were getting to the box. You
yeah.
understand? So for me, the fact that Argentina defense but as a unit plays more in their favor. And like Monchi said, the go-to thing for them would be a lot of crossing because generally Argentina's team is small. But
Yeah,
then in the midfield battle too, I I think Argentina wins that in terms of the in pace wise because Griezmann not that fast. You have Alvarez, you have DePaul that go on from game start to game end, and this is also a game for Martinez, the butcher centre back. This is a game for him. This is the game. This is a game for him because yeah,
Mbappe,
them
yeah.
kind of game is you set somebody like keeper Mbappe, he get Mbappe every time Mbappe comes central, he get Mbappe hell.
That's why. That's why I'm curious, Joe. I think they could occupy a three back formation coming into this game. Me and Sel were kind of discussing that whether they're going three back or they would maybe like the 4-4 they did versus Croatia.
Who Argentina?
Yeah.
No, I think the setup will be the exact same like it was against Croatia. I think the three back, while I understand why you would do it, the three back when you have a Dembele and a Mbappe on the wing is very risky
yeah.
because
You see, the same thing I
one
see.
mistake and you're dead.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
So I wouldn't go three back.
The same thing I see. One of the
Yeah, I
simple
wouldn't go three
mistake
back.
because the two wing
Oh,
back have to always be focused. They can't make no mistake as they're in a problem.
none.
That's why I said
Yeah.
the
You say
4-4,
one, say two.
we bring more coverage. The 4-4,
Say
we
one,
bring
say
more
two.
coverage.
Say one, say two. If they are switched on though, it could work to
Mhm.
perfection.
Yeah, it can
It could
work.
work to
True.
perfection.
That's true.
Okay, so guys, just as we wrap up, because then I want to get Joe's perspective just on the World Cup just as we close. What's prediction?
No, but wait, the shop. Sorry, wait,
Go
this.
ahead.
I was going to say the
Okay, go
key
ahead, bro.
thing. I think the key thing for this game will be to them. I need to find a way to cut off the service to Mbappe. Like they need to find a way to keep Mbappe out of the game as much as possible. They give no easy look. Make it work for everything. Understand?
Double money.
And then that's where the next option would be Giroud with the tunnel crossing. You understand? But even that, I tell people all the time, as much as Giroud a boy, I'm a rate Giroud. Giroud also misses a lot. You just need to have somebody, with the job of marking Giroud. Because who else could score the goal than him?
And to be fair, Joe, if they do take that crossing route, Dembele and both Dembele and Mbappe, their first option isn't really to cross. They're not really great crosses of the ball either.
Yeah,
It
agreed.
has to
Both of
take
them man are going for
multiple
goal.
chances for them to
Hmm.
get the ball in. So if you nullify that, that's a solid point. If you nullify that, then you
Hmm.
basically nullify France's attack,
Not if
whether
I France
option
attack.
A
Yeah.
or B. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's spot on.
The only thing the only thing would be, but usually you have them games where you have what they would need if you nullify that is one of these World Cups where you have this unsung hero that nobody expect, like Griezmann the last game, something
Yeah.
like that. That's the only thing that would help them.
All right. So guys, let's talk prediction. Let's talk
Hmm.
predictions. Sunday is the game. 11 o'clock local time is the kickoff. What
Hmm.
is your outcome? We're gonna start with Shimon.
Man,
Big man.
this one.
Eh?
I'm calling up my government name.
Okay, sorry, more there. Let's start with more there.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, I'm going with 3-1 Argentina.
Ooh, 3-1. It'd be that kind of game. Okay. Super saying 2-1, 2-1 France. Super saying 2-1. Let me just bring in Munji comment. Look at it this way. You will always have a covering defender if the wing
Depend
back
if the wing back gets caught out.
DePaul or McAllister always drop in a defensive position. I think he's talking about the point of the three back.
Okay,
I
okay,
even
fair.
forgot bad boy Paredes. I
Paredes.
think the three back can work honestly. Back to the predictions. Suko said 2-1.
Uh-huh.
Immediately 3-1. He agrees with Moy, Argentina. Joe, it's up to you,
Leon,
bro. What you say?
Leon,
Oh,
Leon.
I am actually going I'm actually going 3-1 as well
my
to
hippo.
Argentina. Yeah, because my main thing is right is the backline boss. The Argentina backline, there is joy to be had. They
Mm.
look, yo,
I like how you put
let's
it.
open it this way. Look at Saka. Look at the joy Saka had. Yeah, some of the officiating was poor, but look at the joy Saka had. Look at the game against Morocco. There was a
Yeah,
lot of joy. You
Ziyech
understand?
have fun.
So
Yeah.
if this is how I'm looking at it, if Saka had that much joy, if they're coming in with the same backline and setup, right, and the same tactics, because listen, I don't know what them man gonna do. The stupidest things you can do, which a lot of teams tends to do, and it always comes back and bite them. A lot of people going to games when you're playing against any team that Messi is playing with this mindset that your job is the goal is to isolate Messi and to eliminate Messi out of the game. But what that does is based on the fact that one man can't stop you give somebody else freedom, or you give two other man freedom. You understand? And then usually what happens is no, you end up chasing the game because somebody else, and then with you can't afford to do that with the farm that Alvarez is in, with the technical ability of Enzo. You can't afford to do that. Somebody like Rodrigo De Paul that can break up play and play that ball straight down the middle, right onto somebody's foot. Somebody like even Emi Martinez. Emi Martinez is very good at distributing. You
Yeah.
understand? So things like that. So when you take all them things into consideration, if Saka get them joy, you try to tell me Messi not gonna get that kind of joy?
I mean, you talk about soccer and Messi as if they're not in the same class. I'm just joking,
No,
guys.
no, me not, no. I'm a Saka, I'm a boy, but I'm sorry,
I'm
we can't
just
support you
joking,
with that
guys.
one
I'm
day.
just joking. The
Can't support
predictions
you with that one day.
continue. 3-1 Alvarez and Super is boasting on his England prediction, England versus France prediction, when he went with 2-1 France. So he's going back with it again.
Me
Everybody
so
beat
go two. Me
England.
go 2-1. Me go 2-1 Argentina. The game will be a tight game, but Argentina will just nick them.
Guys, you see, I'm the only one who thinks that Argentina can stop France from scoring, and it will be 2-0. I think Argentina scores early, and I think France tries and tries, and it doesn't happen. I really do think that France don't have to. I don't think they're gonna score. I'm going 2-0. 2-0 Argentina.
Somebody's going to crack in this
Yo,
game.
because look on them now. The game against Morocco. Nobody would have backed that youth would have come on and score.
Joe, we were touching on that earlier, and we were saying that that's the difference between the Morocco. Because remember earlier, before Mbappe had that run, a Morocco player had that run, and he didn't take any shot. So he didn't gamble. Mbappe gambled and taking the shot, and that's how they get to go. Both of their goals were off a deflection and a bumble, and they weren't very creative.
You understand? Precisely.
A Morocco team. So I'm 2-0 Argentina.
Yeah, I go 3-1. I think France will get a goal.
France will score. Why? Based on what?
Yeah, I think France will score. Yo, but also understand this, right? In my opinion, why I just so expect Argentina to win. It's Messi's last game for Argentina. Like this is what me envision. Me envision, in a sense, just to give a comparison, Kobe's last game for Lakers. You check. Wait, what you have to lose? He last chance. He had not to lose. You make it to the finals. I expect Messi to go out and play his heart out. And like everybody's been saying this year, for years on top of years, Messi has been dragging Argentina on his shoulder. Even though, yes, he's still, their top goal scorer and most assists for them, he hasn't really been dragging the team. The team itself has been performing. The team will play like one team. And if you listen to how their man talk, right, their man sound like they would have sold their soul for win the World Cup for Messi.
Yeah,
and when you had that kind of support, boy, I don't know, boy. I just expect everybody to just go out there and give them all, and then Messi linked to MLS. So Messi didn't even like it to business, but this league thing and try to prove nothing. I just for win the World Cup and done. Me would even surprise if Messi win and maybe retire.
I heard one commentator said that Messi wins the World Cup, he just calls PSG and tell them, look, I've completed football. There's no more levels to unlock.
I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly.
Every level.
Yeah, I would not be surprised, honestly.
But then you won't put it past him for him and Mbappe to go win the Champions League this year either. Coming off of this World Cup.
No, that's different.
Okay, so come and and spoke in the wheel then. Hear me say then. If Messi win the World Cup, and then man go win the Champions League, who win Ballon d'Or?
It will be Messi because he won the World Cup over Mbappe.
That's just more distance in this goat talk nonsense.
But we this is all around.
Discuss about goat this and goat that no. The goat don't prove itself no, so this comparison supposed to be over no.
I mean, there's really only one goat in the pen. There's really only one goat because the other goat is goat water now. So when you go look in the pen, only one goat there.
And the bar's gone back to his Chris X now. Problem now.
Okay, but see you train over by Real Madrid. I see that. Gerard's last game for Liverpool, Stoke knock his 6 now. but then much we be talking about levels. There's level 3. The level 3. Joe, I wanted to touch on. I was asking the fellas earlier. That's how we started the show. Tell me your moment of the tournament. What you in 10 years time, 20 years time, when you look back, what's one thing? Of course, we don't know how to
Saudi Arabia beating Argentina.
Saudi Arabia beating we always say that.
Boss, to this day, me shook. Me could not believe.
You just said the same thing, Shaq. Just said the same thing.
We were
Voilà.
praising. We had high praises for Morocco as well, Joe, and they run.
Yeah, Morocco would be my second runner up, but yeah, and then third for me is not necessarily that, to an extent, the fact that Brazil got knocked out, but the way they did, because they were on the high horse, and the way we just got eliminated. No, like nobody saw it coming, and then just boom, out, home, tears. It's just like that's an
We,
army shocking.
we
But
remember your reaction. We remember that. I just
yeah,
saved
boy,
those nice things
boy, I
too.
sit on the Devil's Bridge for about 2 hours. Couldn't make up my mind.
This is funny. This is funny. Messi never win Europa League, so he might go United next season.
Not good.
Look, Monty, that's a different kind of difficulty for
Hey, look.
For
Joe,
Messi.
my tell
Joe,
Shaq, call Joe. Call Joe, Shaq. Please call Joe. Hope you don't do not yourself now.
in the short time,
Me
I
and
really look
friend,
for
come
Joe.
look out for you. My tell Shaq call him how much he time.
Partner, yo, you realize after man they lose now. You know, other WhatsApp group, the man go send messages say, yo, where do my car run some clubs now? I say, partner, if me touch my PlayStation right now, I mash them up.
Yeah.
They just be just going.
Yo, it be like that now. Like, to be honest, when Arsenal losing, so even if they lose any of this game, me no watch
Mm.
no more highlights. Me no want to see
Yeah,
nothing
me don't.
football, want to see nothing
Yeah, let me
football
hear some.
related now.
When
Until
some
Partner,
team
Arsenal win
lose,
another game now.
you don't
the
want to watch
worst thing,
nobody else. You don't
the
want to watch
worst
no
thing can
football
happen.
until the
At
next week or
Arsenal
something.
game, Arsenal had a first game on Saturday
It's
morning and I lose. Me don't want
just
to watch no, me
double
don't want to watch no more
football
sports for
over
the
the
rest of the
weekend.
weekend. No, me the
Check for
business
next
about the rest of the
weekend.
game and then no.
Yo,
Check
that,
in
Oh,
next
the juice.
weekend.
especially when City lose and so, I just lock off my phone and go sleep.
Yeah, me don't
So
know that. Me don't want to see no more football.
so
Me
more
done.
it was, I can imagine how sad it was for you the last game y'all played when y'all lost early. And then Arsenal had the late game and we were 5 points clear.
Not
Say,
who we
that's
played.
it.
I don't even remember.
Brentford, Ivan Tony, fresh off of not being selected for
Hey,
England.
Shaq. My
You,
boy, they
you,
vexing me now. My
you
boy
like me,
vexing me.
Eh?
My boy
I
chip out
was
by me,
so
Shaq.
upset that game. Anyway,
We-
City playing
Partner.
tomorrow. That's
Shaq,
good.
my boy chip out by me, Shaq. My boy chip out by me and say, boy, next time they tag me, nothing father.
Yo, here's what. Yeah, I want to know what's wild. I'm in the WhatsApp group attack, right? I'm literally tuck up my phone and hold the voice note button and say, yo, I see how City are attack. And nothing for them, man. Catch them on the counter attack. And Ivan Tony dent them now. Boss, I literally say so, right? And by time I leg of the button, Ivan Tony tap the ball into the goal. I say,
Oh,
oh,
Yo,
Lord.
yo,
stupid time.
you
Okay.
remember how the goal go. Highlights done.
All right, Joe, another thing I asked them guys, what's your goal of the tournament? And you're forbidden to say one goal in particular. If you say it, I'm going to remove you from the show.
I mean, you can't want to live.
What's your
I,
goal of the tournament, sir?
I don't
No,
even think
no, I feel threatened. You
You
can't
should
want
be.
to live so.
You
I
should
never
be.
had.
You can't. Yo, anyways, my goal of the tournament tied between the same person, unfortunately. You
Okay,
check?
well, I think you're safe.
No, I'm gonna save because that's exactly what I think.
Let me just get ready. Big man, let's go. You think you're playing your own?
Yo, yo, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me explain myself, Jack. Let me explain myself. No, the goal that Richarlison scored, right? The
All right,
bicycle,
guys. That's it.
that shot say butt up, right?
That's it. He got muted. He not talking you right.
But also in I think it was the next game, there was a goal that Richarlison scored as well. And the reason why I enjoyed the goal so much was the build up to it. Like
I
Bradley
did
was
like that.
moving the ball all around,
When he finished it with his left foot.
one. Yeah, the finish, the build up, and everything for it was exceptional. But there was another goal that me try remember.
That
Yo,
can be a goal of the tournament.
but you
Not
know
the
what
other
can
one.
also be a goal of the tournament? As lucky as it was, the goal from Alvarez. Just because,
Just
yo,
Croatia.
The goal
just
against
because,
Croatia.
yeah, against Croatia, just because of the way it happened. That ain't one of them goal that me just destined for happen. Because I like no matter what mistake he make, he just mean him and go.
I
You just-
agree.
Yeah, that mean
The one for
I
the goal.
like the goal
We tell them man the
personally.
goal for Cameroon where the man, my boy run with and hook the man, make he slide and just lift him over the keeper.
The keeper, yeah, that was the goal as well. Yeah. Yo,
I think
but the Saudi Arabia goal,
Yeah, if you
the
remember the
Saudi
Messi,
Arabia goal for make it 2-1 that win the game, you know. That goal they top 3 of the tournament, no. Because man do that out of nothing, no.
I like more. I think Moy said the Mexico free kick versus Saudi Arabia. I think Moy said,
Okay.
and
That means
said
safe.
I had two really. Well, three. Sorry, just keep adding. My first one was the Neymar goal versus Croatia.
Good goal.
That brought Samba back.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Then the Enzo Fernandez goal versus Mexico.
Messi Mexico. Mm-hmm.
And then the Saka goal versus Iran. His first goal.
The soccer goal was good for me. The soccer goal for me was great, but I'm not gonna lie to you, the reason I don't put it up there is probably because it was against Iran. They expect them man to run for them.
I think that anybody, I don't think you can replicate that goal over and over again. That's why the ball's looping down. So that's why I like that goal.
But
what is the Arsenal, fellas?
The goal that Messi scored against Mexico? Was it against Mexico as well?
Yeah.
That was it. I don't think a lot of people realize how good that goal was. No. That was a real good goal as well.
Kept it low. Keep it
and the lucky goal for the pass for Bruno that score. That Ronaldo tried thief.
I think we sleep on the Hakimi penalty too.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah. That's fair.
Joe, breakout player.
Oof. I have more than one now.
I'm gonna give you two.
I think kudos because he was one of the, in terms of the fact that in like every day everybody was just talking about kudos. So I think the World Cup did a lot for him. Who else? I would say Enzo, but I can't say Enzo because Ahmed don't know Enzo good. So I wouldn't say Enzo. Ahmed don't know he bad. Hewa, my breakout player, Croatia goalkeeper. I don't know his name, but Croatia goalkeeper.
Yeah,
100%.
Lee something Vurovic.
Yeah, Croatia goalkeeper.
Good show.
He a bad man.
Moy said Alvarez.
No, me said Alvarez and Jules Bellingham.
Okay, yeah.
I forgot Bellingham. Yeah.
Moy, who you said?
Nobody.
What mean nobody?
I ain't saying that segment.
You didn't?
No.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, relegated me in that segment.
I didn't joke it. Joe, I said the Moroccan midfielder Unani. I can't pronounce it. But he's been really good.
He was.
Boy, sorry, you get promoted. Who you breakout star?
Me mid-table. I go with, I would say put their names more out there on the map. I'll go with Guardiola, and then the big.
Vardio before Tuesday.
Yeah, you have to big up the goalkeepers. We name Liver, whatever you name.
Yeah,
the goalkeeper from Morocco and the one from Croatia. Yeah.
Oh, boom. Okay, yeah. Remember the one from Bunani?
Yeah, whatever you name.
The one from Morocco. That's facts. All right, so Joe, last question. Player of the tournament.
Lionel Messi. And I don't even have to think about that.
Mbappe scores two on Sunday. France win. Player of the tournament.
Messi. Me bias.
Really, bro?
Me bias. I'm proud. I hear what. If I can't get Messi, I'm have to go with the winning team. Saliba. But Saliba doesn't even get 5 minutes and Saliba play the tournament. End of story. End of story.
Yo, I
Fall
only
off
know
Saliba.
the way.
The little one run out that Saliba get no. The one run out Saliba get for the 45 minutes no Saliba come on and add 100% everything no. 100% interception, 100% passing. You know what I mean?
And I'm still
Saliba
having
that.
100% game changer too, because they win the game since we come on.
Damn, you shoot
What is it? They
Saliba.
don't even know we're going for Willow. Oh, what is it?
Yeah,
Willow. Willow. Okay.
yeah,
All
man.
right. Anything else? Anything else? Remember anything else from the World Cup? Somebody mentioned the time, the additional time. They said, Munchie said it was bittersweet. We're like, you like it? We said,
I
anything about
liked
that?
it. I actually liked it because I think as the tournament went on, players were more hesitant to waste time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like players were more hesitant to waste time. Man, I get injured and I tell the referee I'm safe and I jump up because the man don't know. Listen, if me take this time, yeah, me
Hey,
sack.
and the referee then afraid for habit, so no. They must stop.
Yeah,
They must
yeah,
stop watching. I love
Sure.
stop watching,
But
boy.
Anna said the result for Morocco versus Croatia for the third place playoff.
You don't care about
Oh
that
yeah, I
game.
forgot about that.
No,
I
but it's a
mean,
part of the show, so I have to put them
Yeah,
in.
I'm going with Morocco. I'm going with Morocco. Morocco 2-1.
I'm going Croatia. Luka Modric signs out from the world stage with a third place finish.
Me
To
go with
coming
Morocco
off the
1
back
now.
of the second place finish. That's really great. This is a shout out Croatia. If they can win
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow, last year they finished second, this year they finished third. I
Third,
mean,
yeah.
aging team. Yeah,
Yep.
credit to them.
Yo,
Credit to
but
them.
then looking at Croatia team, right? I was looking at it and all, boy, and I was saying, boy, Croatia give me the vibes that like after this World Cup, them man about for us to drop off completely. Cause them man whole team old. I ain't even see like, like I use Argentina, you have Messi and so and Di Maria and so fade out, but you still have one ton of youngsters that come up.
Yeah.
England, same thing, France, same thing. Croatia just have a bunch of old man.
Yeah, because they gotta replace this setback. They gotta replace not the centre back. What am I saying? Centre back.
Mm-hmm.
Lovren. I mean, Valia gonna still be there, but Lovren has to go. They have to replace
Mm-hmm.
Lovren. Modric is gone. I mean,
Crazy. Man,
Kovacic.
action.
Kovacic gone, Brogovic gone.
You think so? 4 years?
Yeah, me think Brogovic gone too. Kramaric gone.
Rebic. He done never
Yeah,
they go on with nothing really.
Osage.
them a whole team boss.
Yeah, that there. That don't really. I'm probably far from grace.
Yeah, I think so.
You know
I
what? No,
expect
I'll
it.
leave this for next. I'll leave this from when we have another show next week. Because talk about expanding the World Cup to 48 teams. Y'all saw
Oh,
that?
I,
Yeah,
I,
Yeah,
I
I saw
didn't
that
actually.
today.
I didn't.
yeah. They talks about that, and of course, y'all heard what happened today with the Club World Cup. That's another talking point. Where we're gonna touch on that. We'll touch on that Monday or
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday. We come back probably Monday. We're not giving preview. Oh, shout out Luka Modric. Yeah, Joe. They will go through a rebuild. They will drop off until the young blood comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Luka said he's not gonna retire. Luka said he's not gonna retire. I think
No,
it's 30.
he not gonna retire, but retirement age he can retire. He can say what he want.
Yeah,
Who?
yeah,
Luka
yeah.
Modric at
Luka.
37, Love at 33. Then striker, he at 30.
Lovren 33.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why Lovren look
33
like
Love.
he 40?
33 Love Van B.
You
Then
got the man
the
Oh, he
striker
just
at
virgin.
been done
31.
for a very long time.
The striker at
Yeah.
31. Other than that, Perisic, I probably about 4 man in that team there in the 30s. The rest man them are 22, 25.
Oh, right, but then to that point, dear Cello, they're not like Saka's 22, Bellingham's and the four then.
Okay,
They don't have that ceiling. I think they've
Then
reached
the
their peak.
excitement there at that
Yeah, I
age.
think
No,
they've
but
reached their peak.
not even that. Look on it this way, Shock. This is what me look on it. While I understand you say yes, there are some young players, but you realize almost everybody you just called just now are the core team. All
Yeah,
the core
but
players and then
yeah,
Yeah,
gone.
you can say that.
they're
You can
half
say that
gone.
now, right, Joe? But I don't know what the future holds. I don't know who will come to the ranks in the next 2 to 3
True.
years.
That's
You
fair.
understand?
But what we can say, you don't
So
usually
no,
have 6 breakout stars from a team
I understand,
Mhm.
but
coming through in a 4-year gap.
you know
You know,
sometimes like Shaq, the man and them that aren't even hear about and so are playing the other league, them man they can come and put in one big performance in our World Cup. And you understand?
but you have to qualify
True.
though. You have to qualify.
Never
It's
mind
like
to
a
know what
people.
happen in the qualified stages.
It's
As you
like
I
a
say,
mean,
are
Um,
you ready?
Madrid,
I'm
Madrid
are
can
you
probably
again?
play.
The can't count out then less the team no. Because
It's
the
not
lesser man
no.
them
We're not
count out
counting
in.
them out, fellow. I'm not counting them out.
no, I'm not counting them
It's
out.
just it's just a cycle.
Man, this
Every
is
I
how
am.
lesser
every
man.
major nations go to it. Go ahead, Mark.
I counted them out.
No, I'm not counting them out.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
it.
just looking at it from the perspective of comparing them to the other teams. When you
Yeah,
look at the other teams, you can clearly see the future of the
because
teams. The other when I say the other teams, the other big teams, because you're saying the lesser teams. I don't consider Croatia one of the lesser teams. Croatia is a good team. The other day they were ranked like Croatia are still ranked top 5 in the world. So you can't call them one of the lesser teams.
I
Croatia a good team. So in
Joe,
terms of the
I would
top
say,
teams, I just foresee them falling off to an extent.
I would say why I would rule them out to make maybe it'd be challenging for them to make the next World Cup. Maybe they make the Euros. Remember,
Mhm.
Italy didn't make this World Cup, and Italy have a good core group of young players coming through.
Yep.
So
Yo, Italy me just dunce.
yeah,
That was
I mean,
shocking.
Chiesa was injured too for large parts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
a big star for them. So what's other big nation that didn't make it? I mean, since we're talking about that, we got like just a couple more minutes. What about Belgium though? We talk about Croatia. What about Belgium?
Bro, for years they've been talking about this Belgium and this prime squad that
The
they've
golden
had.
generation.
And the golden generation. Look, if anybody has underachieved, it's them. But then the stuff that
Massive.
came out the other day is that a big part of it is that apparently there is a lot of drama that has been going on for years in the background in Belgium, and a lot of it also for years a lot of the players have been questioning and have not agreed with the tactics of Martinez.
Mm.
So because that came out the other day, which is why I guess they finally decided to cut ties.
Tuchel's been calling for Martinez head a lot now. Been a while now.
Martinez a fraud since Everton.
Yeah,
Fraud
that
that.
man just make the boy no look bad, man.
He
He
a
did look
fraud
bad.
since
Like
Everton
seriously,
days.
man. He did look bad. He gonna have to
Man,
work back up.
man kept on look like you get real old now, boy.
Yeah. And even Mbappe during the
No, but
tournament, his face and just looked droopy. He didn't look like he was a killer.
Yeah.
I'm saying, yeah. So Belgium don't struggle.
mhm.
Not France. What am I saying? Croatia gonna struggle. Yeah, I mean, Portugal
Right
got
now,
a core group coming up.
Brazil rank #1 in the world, Belgium second, Argentina.
Me not understand how them they rank second. Me not
Because they always
understand.
do well in qualifying, Joe. They do well in qualifying. When they come major tournament, it's like we don't know who these guys are.
Yeah, boy.
We don't
Yo,
know who
Come
these
on.
guys are and how the coefficient thing work out. It depends on who they're playing too. They get their points off of that. So
Croatia,
Mm.
Croatia
Croatia
drop,
might be good now.
Croatia drop
Because
to 15th.
Croatia could get them regen.
Probably because of the age. So who is fifth?
England 5th, France 4th, England 5th, Italy 6th, Spain 7th, Netherlands 8th, Portugal 9th, Denmark 10th.
I think
Yeah.
Switzerland's like 12.
Stats boss.
Switzerland, the great granite shark. I think they're in and around it, innit? What are they?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now. Give me a second.
Stats boss.
Yeah, what
So
them was
France.
man Dave no.
France in fifth. Okay.
Team.
No, I mean England, sorry, England in fifth.
You in
Yeah,
That's
charge
England.
interesting. That's interesting.
the stats on Island fans Twitter account from now that.
Eh?
That's interesting.
Any stats come out, make
Alright,
sure you go
guys.
on the Island fans
But then
account.
it's also very interesting that France, as the previous World Cup winners, are ranked at fourth.
and they won the Nations League recently there too. Who are the teams you say were in front
Yeah,
of them?
so
Sorry.
it's surprising.
So
Belgium, Brazil is one, Belgium is second, and
Brazil
Argentina
number
is
one,
third,
Belgium second, Argentina, and then France,
and then France
then
fourth.
England,
That one surprised
Italy,
me. That
Italy
France is
jump,
all the way at fourth.
Italy jump Spain, and gone 6.
You see how that thing will work, Joe. It depends
Yeah.
on it depends on who you play, the nations you play now. That's why you
Mhm.
won't necessarily see England taking a friendly so
Germany,
against
Germany rank
Antigua
11.
too.
Germany
Because
rank
True.
they're
11.
looking at it as nothing.
Yeah,
If
true.
we,
So
if
now
we don't
And then you have
Croatia,
Brazil and
stop, stop.
Argentina that just fight
Croatia,
out the
Croatia rank
Copa
12.
America.
Right.
Yeah, so
True.
Croatia rank
Go again,
12. Right
Selo.
back. Switzerland rank 15. Uruguay rank 14. Mexico rank 13.
Oh, you get guys, we talk about them two European teams now. Uruguay too now. They're losing a lot.
Wait,
yo,
Mexico. What are they? Mexico rank how much?
13.
Yeah.
That's
Remember
interesting.
remember they boss CONCACAF, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Remember they boss in
True.
CONCACAF.
True. So, if for me
Mexico now
question,
go to and
who,
World Cup into now.
where does Colombia rank? Because them they
17th.
just fall off the map.
17th.
Nah. 70?
Yeah, them they.
17th.
Oh, that's it. They still high, man.
1-7?
I'm surprised they top
Yeah,
20.
17th. The USA in front of them.
Colombia is ranked 1-7.
Yeah.
So
Morocco
so it's
won the last. Who won? No, Senegal won the last AFCON.
African
Where they?
combinations, yeah.
Yeah.
Senegal sell.
Senegal
Where's
rank
Senegal?
18th.
Oh, right behind them. So
Senegal, Wales, and them
Colombia
US.
also won anything.
Yo,
so where Canada is 25th yet?
But
They're rising, you know. They're rising, you know.
I'm going to tell you right now.
yo, look for Antigua.
But
Yeah.
But I
Number
think I
one.
have enough time for school.
Yo, so this is let the man them da.
Yeah, that's the last thing we're gonna do, Selo. We want to see how much work we have to do.
Morocco rank 22.
Look for Antigua now, bro. See how much work
No,
I have
Canada.
to do.
What Canada did? Canada.
We don't care
And
about
they rank
Canada.
41 in the world.
Boy team.
One of them.
Australia da. That's where Australia do.
Yo, link up on where are they, Selo?
Drum roll, please.
Right now, my day one, they 202 I don't know, me see Antigua, but
You should be patient, bro.
Hey, stop
I-
embarrassing Jack.
Do that like that. Antigua rank all the way down there. That's a lie.
For real. I think
Rank
like one something.
we want something.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Yo, one
Me see Dominic, they want 184. I know me see Antigua there.
because you're not looking properly. So we know
Yeah, so
Antigua.
you can need the glasses, Marcelo.
We are one.
Let me see my find it.
Okay, what Antigua 131.
Oh, that bad man. Okay.
150.
Almost the top 150.
Yes.
Alright, so Selo now.
Eh?
I want you to look for where we rank in CONCACAF.
In CONCACAF, Antigua probably in the top 5.
No. Okay, see? And that's what I have to do. That's what I have to think. That's how I'm supposed to think about it.
True.
Vision.
Fair
You have
point.
to look for it. You have to look for it like that.
No, but we still up there. So imagine if we get the development. It's problem.
Top. You see, oh, look, I mean, you put it even better. We're in the top 135. It's all about perspective. Perspective.
Hey, look.
We need to set hurry up so I don't know about.
They want you just have a rank at least top just to make grammar school. So me know 135, you're gonna tell me about it.
Yeah. For real, yo, the man just barely pass common entrance, boy. The man probably go pay him or something there.
You better go on. You better good for you better athletic in something.
How are you doing, sir? The man public passport go say Mary Center of Excellence.
Hey, look. What did you
So I tell you like you not find the thing, man. I read the show, boy. Thanks. Well, I think, well, guys, that's it. We've had some fun coming to the end of the show. But we know, as a team, guys, we know what we have to do. You know, we're gonna have myself. We're gonna have. I need to have a boy.
By next World Cup,
Have a boy.
Antigua rank in the top 70 by next World Cup.
I'm just gonna wait for when I have kids. I'm an
Antigua rank in the top 70.
And Joe gonna have one, Moy gonna have one, Cello have one. Everybody else, Suku already have a son. So we're gonna work on all that and we're gonna build the team from that. That's gonna be
build the team, dog? Yeah, man. Yeah,
we're gonna build the core because we have
remember by that time, you know, but man and woman can play on the same team, so I got a mixed team. So.
Shaki Kati, the head of ABFA. Shaki Kati, head of ABFA. Yeah,
sounding good. Sounding good.
Man, I put Memphis in charge. I put Memphis in charge of finances. Check. I make more the dive specialist. Check. I teach them how to dive.
Yeah, they don't need me do the scouting there.
You don't know you go sell. You don't know. Check.
Joe, by the way, sorry, this is not about football. Joe takes the most amazing pictures though. Whenever with drone or whatever, dog. Have you all seen them on Instagram? Respect. Yo, plug the IG, dog. We don't have enough far, but plug the IG, dog. Like,
check Drew _268. I typically take pictures with my drone. I have a DJI Mini 3 Pro. I take them with my phone. I have a S22 Ultra.
Oh, sorry.
So listen, man. So yeah, Drew, him right there, just add _268. You know, I always have to represent. Anyway, we go and see that.
He took 2 of them yesterday. Did I even? No, I didn't save it. But he posted yesterday. Those are really good. Yeah, should go right now. Go and check it out. Cause the man says, and if you have parties and so,
Joe not following me, so I don't follow him.
Link Joe. So when you have your birthday party, you gotta call Joe, dog. You want area shot.
Yeah, I follow back. Follow. You know,
Joe live in 2 different countries.
No, Joe can fly away to all them places they are. I don't about the worry.
The boy,
I don't about the worry. I don't tell you. I don't tell you how you can fly him out.
One thing that I have on my bucket list, they probably wouldn't allow it, but something I always wanted to do was to be able to create like a collage of aerial shots of the Emirate. And then something I always wanted to do.
That's nice.
Man.
That's nice. Yo,
tell me, and I'll go
Island fans, we're gonna fly Joe out.
Fans, the Emirates now. Sit down and
but you know that's
all that's in the plans, man. You check.
Island fans on tour. We're waiting for Jamal now. When the World Cup done, remember Jamal was at the World Cup, so you don't come and give us his breakdown. And we got an inside scoop. We have a man on the inside. We becoming global, guys. Global. Man. Thank you. Remember, go and follow Joe. Go and check those pictures out, guys.
I'll go to Etihad to no more.
No, I'm not going. Thank you, man. Thank you, Cello. Thank you, Joe, joining us from work. And everybody who commented. The World Cup finals on Sunday. Let's just see what happens. Promises to be an exciting encounter. We out.
I'm good.
Thank you for watching Island Fans. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you'll know when there are new videos and updates. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and like us on Facebook. Island Fans, for the passion of the game.